So it is Monday night and I thought I'd just give you a very raw shed update. As you can see here, if you've been watching the videos, this is the main vein of a slurry trough that goes across. We've also got here, running right down that side and out of that wall there, a pipe, I'll show it you now, and that is to run out into more slurry storage. This is the pipe here. So this has actually worked out really well for us. Originally, we were going to have to cut a hole in these panels here for this pipe to fit in. And by shuttering this here, sorry, my hand's the wrong way around. By shuttering this here and creating this little gap, it means that this has been able to push that farther that way, and we've got space for a manhole, which means that we will be able to drop pipes down it, and we'll also, right at that end of the trough, put like a pipe out completely into the side underneath the feed star system and out into the side, and that means it's kind of like with a sluice on, and we can jet it out if it ever gets clogged up. Not that it should do, because there's that much washings out and watery kind of substances going through it. It's not like our shit at the minute in that shed, which is horrendous to get moving. So hopefully by doing all this now, we'll avoid any problems in the future with like sawdust and lime and whatnot. Yeah, I sprayed diesel all over myself today when trying to change the diesel filter, so that's why I look like an absolute witch. So obviously you have seen the channels are in. They have concrete, like a concrete base underneath them. This pile here is to backfill. Roy also, in his geniusness, brought up the slats from the bottom yard ready to go on. Only because they were, you know, the big slope that the Valtra slid down and hit the Keen in, they were down there. And Roy said it would be absolutely sacrilege to be stopped working kind of thing, just because we couldn't get up a slope. To be fair, if it was that frosty, we'd just bring them through the field. But you don't want to be doing that anyway, so he's done that ahead of time. So they're already up here, they're here, and then they're on the other side, that digger there against the wall. So when he did these, he also brought up the yard last night, the lesser channels. So they are the same as these channels, but a lot shallow. It took me a minute to think of the word then. They're a lot shallower. They're about half as shallow, I think. And they will go here, and they will also go, hold on, here. And they will form like a C kind of shape, like this, if you can see. And the robots will sit in between. Wonderful. We are on the way. But it has come cold, really, really cold. So cold, in fact, that you don't want to be concreting, which is absolutely fine. It's not like we're stuck for things to do. Dean will carry on digging and we will carry on working. So the foundations are already dug here. This is for the storeroom and the dairy. And there'll be drains in the corner there that connect into the shallower troughs. Love it how he stands in the background listening, but he won't say anything. Weirdo. So today we had Rick from Lily come down just to keep us right, and we've literally finalised the designs. And well, when I say we, I stood there freezing cold while he and they finalised the designs. The designs will have changed and been tweaked from the beginning up until today, but this is the final thing. It is now millimetre perfect, and we know where we're digging, where we're putting, what we're doing. So it's all go, go, go. Roy's proven a point that he can walk across them, and I'm terrified. Every time I got across them, I went in and got out again. Just wait. If I fall, it's going to really hurt. Don't look at me like that. I'm watching the pins. Did you hear that? He's telling me to watch the pins. So these are all levels. So Dean's knocked pins in to certain levels. You can't see them. They're there. Can you see? I am now in the channels. I feel like I've not been out of the channels recently. So these panels that you can see here, there's 3 of them. They are 15 foot exact, and they are not what we want on there. They were only ever put on the end of that building by our builder, Walt. He said we had to put them up because if they were left on the floor, they'd just be broken, chipped, reversed into whatever. So they are going to form the walls of the dairy room, which is the first here. This is it here. If you can envisage, here is a room. And they're perfect. That's exactly what we need for there. And like, if you've ever seen Ollie lifting panels out, I digress. if we ever needed to take the bulk tank out, we'd just remove the panels and it would be really easy instead of blocking it up and then having to knock a wall down. So if you can see here, I don't know if you can, there are little pins, can you see? And they are even set to the level of where the concrete's going to go. So that is brilliant. And on Friday, when hopefully the weather's a little bit kinder and we run out of things to actually do in the shed that don't involve concreting, the concrete wagon will pull in, spew concrete out into there. We'll also do both of the channels, the smaller channels. And then these are the sumps that go under the robots basically, or just sort of slightly in front and under. These are then ready to go in. So I am away. I wish I wasn't, to be perfectly honest, but I've kind of committed. I am away at Llama tomorrow and Wednesday. Yeah, but do you know what? It's one day. And actually, do you know what? We're not doing anything that requires me. Oh, it's 2 days. Where did you say it's 2 days? He didn't sound angry when he said it though, so it's all right. There's nothing actually I could do. I'm just hanging around and kind of like making brews and stuff. I will go when I get back and get a large quantity of, brown sewage pipe. And there'll be a toilet here under the stairs. If you can envisage again, can you envisage? The office is going to be above here. Now, we did originally want the office above the robots themselves, but then after speaking today with the absolute genius that is Graham Haler, he's decided that it would be better up there. And you know what? I actually agree with him. So there'll be a toilet underneath some stairs here, and that will then go across into these big channels. There'll also be pipes out of a footbath at the back where the cows walk through, and that will run into the channels. We ideally do want one like our friend Chaz Kaup has got. He's got like I think it's the hoof count one. I could be wrong. Chaz will tell me. It's one that like automatically flushes out, and it's pretty fancy and cool. But money in it, money. So that will be sort of here. Let's say here. Let's go with here. And then the pipes will come straight into here. And then obviously from them sumps behind that I've just showed you, they will then be somewhere in here, and they will also run straight into there. So everything is all running into these things underneath. And you know what? You will never see any of this again. All of this hard work will be lost and buried forever. So there's loads of work to go on that direction, out of that there. Well, but actually out of this here when that panel isn't there. And there's a graze way to go in. But like with the office and all of the rest of the extra stuff, we don't need it. And when I say need it, I mean we don't need it to function. So what with there being a time limit on the cows coming because the guy needs rid of them at his end, we're literally getting up and running to be able to accept cows into the building. The frills and bells and whistles, they can actually wait and it doesn't matter, and we can carry on work when the cows have come. But for now, what we need to do is literally just get the robots in place. Lely need to get here first, so we need to be able to get all the channels dug, get 2 concrete pads here, get the robots plonked in. Lely can do their work, and then we can move that way with the builders at the same time and start putting cubicles in. And although that might seem like a bit of a daunting prospect, after doing the amount of concrete that we have done, and if you look from above, we've done a hell of a lot of concreting some passageways and cubicles and stuff. It's that is not my biggest worry. Is it yours?
We don't need the office and patio.
Yeah, Roy just said we don't need the office.
Function.
Well, it better be a nice patio chair, not a crappy plastic one out of the garden. If I'm making do with a patio chair, I'll get a new one, thank you. A wooden one with stripy seat. So let's not talk about the absolute elephant in the room, that is the gaping hole that is the end of the shed. It's been like that for an awful long time, and a lot of people have been like, why are you not finishing your shed? So we've gone for a slightly different product, and I'm not going to do a Tom Pemberton on you, but I am. I'll give you a hint, but a different colour. So the end of the shed, it's actually ordered, and we can have it anytime. And do you know what? It will go on so fast, it's untrue. But for now, all them rails are in the wrong place. Them panels are in the wrong place. We do need to get it done because Collinson are coming to put a bin in, which is going here on the corner, there, with this huge pad that goes out there. So today we have had, I just mentioned his name before, Graham Haler here. Graham has come and he is making the steel frame for the robot room. Now he's got all of the dimensions and stuff that he needs off Lely themselves, and he will go away and make that. probably to a higher standard than what we actually need because he is a genius. But yeah, it's all coming together. But I just wanted to just show you, because I haven't made a cute video of, you know, dancing and being silly and music and stuff today. I haven't done it. Just because there's been lots of digging and talking and laptops and sizes and stuff like that. And to be honest, it was that cold. I couldn't have got my phone out of my pocket because I could barely speak. My jaw was like, you couldn't have asked me to smile. So we had mentioned, or he had mentioned, should I say, Graham had mentioned galvanising the frame. And we have agreed that that is probably the better way to go. Instead of going for thicker steels, go for a galvanised frame, which is probably more used to us because it will last longer. And to be fair, there's absolutely nothing going above now. The office is going on this side instead of above the robots. So then it comes across to things like electric. So can you see that door that is cracked open there? The red pipe for the electric is already underneath all this concrete because obviously we knew what we were going to be doing, and it comes out about somewhere here, I'd say. It is somewhere in there. We're just going to have to actually locate it. And then the electric is just, everything's already in. The turnover switch was already in. When we did the 3-phase, we opted to have a turnover switch on. And that turnover switch was 700 quid, believe it or not, to have that extra. And that is for sorry, excuse me, I've just had fish and chips, to switch it over to the PTO generator that we've also got, that you may have seen knocking around for 2 years and that we've done absolutely nothing with. That was why we bought it, to be able to do this job. So we put 3-phase in 2018. The whole project, excuse me for that break, I just asked Roy if I could tell you how much it cost. The whole project was about 40,000 to put 3-phase electric into the farm, and that was done with a view to finishing this project off specifically. So our electric comes in at 100 kVA, which is absolutely ample for what we need. So we're not worried about robots, lights, you know, generators, milk coolers, whatever. It can take it. It's absolutely fine. Bulk tank is on its way. Just so if anyone wondered, we've got a bulk tank sorted from a fella around the corner, actually. Absolutely lovely fella, Colin. He's sorting it for us. So everything we need to complete is actually on site. Apart from the mattresses that we didn't want them yet, because let's be honest, once they arrive, they're actually to pay for and they're to store, and we're not needing them yet. But as soon as we want them, they will send them straight away. They're sat there waiting for us. We've got sumps, we've got troughs, we've got bloody slats, we've got the actual robots. To be fair, I could show you them. Sorry, I keep calling them troughs and they're actually channels, and Roy keeps correcting me. The only thing we haven't considered yet, and it just seemed like such a small thing that didn't matter, is the turnover troughs or the fast flow release troughs to go on the end of the cubicles. So we need 4 troughs, so we will need 4 4-foot ones to go on the end of the cubicles, and then over here there will be some little ones. We want in there, which is the water that comes out of the milk cooler will go in because there's warm water, and apparently they like drinking warm water. Absolute revelation to me. And then over there in the isolation pens, or the naughty cow pens, or the vet pens, or whatever you want to call them, in that corner there's going to be a small bank of cubicles. Sorry, I haven't discussed that area yet. In that corner over there's going to be a small bank of cubicles that can still be fed by the feed star, that they're going to, if there's cows that aren't very good at going in the robots, or if there's anything poorly, or if there's anything you want pulling out, that is where they're going to get shed off to, and there'll need to be a little trough in there. So while I'm at Lamma, that might be one of the things that I'm going to have a look at in all seriousness, instead of just walking around and saying ooh ah at big vultures and stuff. I will be looking to see if there's anyone with any interesting, preferably slimline troughs. I would like small ones, because the more they drink, we've got really good water pressure, and the more they drink, the cleaner they stay. Like, we've got massive big IE turnover troughs, like huge ones. Honestly, they just get filthy because they're so big, and then by the time you've tipped them over, it takes so long for them to refill. So I just think big troughs are a no-no, and for limited space, not that we have limited space, but to, you know, conserve the space as well. The only thing is, Roy has just voiced in the background and told me to say that after years of having suckler cows, and I do actually agree with him, they are very naughty, and we don't want them mounted to the panels. We want them freestanding, so that if anything does happen, it doesn't damage the panels, or, you know, if you drill them in, it leaves big bloody holes or whatever. So we want them preferably freestanding, just away from the cubicle edges. So I'm actually just going to take you across and show you what is in the shed, which I never do, ever. But yeah, why not? Why not? So these are the cow brushes to go in the sheds. These have already arrived. Very exciting. Oh, cow brushes are spiky when it's cold. So these here are, they're actually Jersey gates, which are very specific to our breed, etc., and our robots. And here behind me is the very large actual robot, and there's one behind. So this here is the mothership, and the robot itself looks like this. Obviously, this is filled with bags and boxes, and it is not exactly how it's meant to look. These have been here for... these came in June. They came in June. They were offloaded here. And then a week later, this one here jetted off to the the Yorkshire show, sorry. And if you went to the Yorkshire show and you saw the robot milking in the middle, this is the exact robot. I don't know, just ignore this. It's really ugly and it's distressing me, but it's going to have to, I think Teresa Coffrey, I've forgotten her name already. She's gone. She was short-lived. She even looked at them, but I don't think she was particularly interested, if I'm honest. So up here on this high box, we have got cow collars. They're already here. And we've got boxes of, there's lots of like milk lines and stuff in here. And then spiders and things by the looks of things because they've been here so long. And all of the little things that go on the cow collars that they carry around. There's also like a transmitter that goes on the top of the shed and tells you all sorts of things about them. Get down here. So this itself is Zerobot. There is the arm. So would you believe, I'd love to show you when they're actually out and about. There is a dead bird down there. Nice. I'm blaming the cat for that one. Oh, so the cows do not stand on this side that you'd think they would. The cows stand on this side here, and the arm reaches underneath, and that's how they get milked. It's completely different to what I thought it was about. I'll just show you the inside of it. Ooh. None of that means anything to me. So back out to the building, Graham was here today and he's going to fabricate a gate for us so that people can actually access the building with tractors. And for us, to be honest, we were going to use this bad boy here, but Roy says it's a little bit brutal. It's actually massive, to be fair. It needs cutting down and putting on the end of the lane, not because we don't like visitors and we want to deter people from coming to see us. No, so if cows get down, then they can't actually get out onto the main road, because we all know we've had that happen. So the gate that he's actually going to fabricate up it'll sort of be like in the style of a feed barrier, so that if one day we do end up getting like a shit sucker upper or even like, automatic scrapers, come to that, we won't need to be in with tractors and stuff, but obviously you need to be able to get in. What about if cow dies in the cubicles, or something needs to move in? The 1/2 metre concrete panels are already ordered. They're on order there to come down the side of the shed, as you can see. Graham, also same fella, has ordered or will order the feed. It's just galv tube to go down there. That's nothing special. But yeah, as you can see, I know it's not my usual style of video. I kind of just wanted to show you where we're at real time instead of putting fancy music over it. I have done a video for today already, and I will maybe put it on tomorrow. I am actually off to Lamma tomorrow, a day early. I have some meetings with a few people from Farming Britain. If you've seen the new YouTube channel and social media platform the social media kind of page that's been created, me, Gareth Wynne-Jones, and a couple of other fellas are all on it. And yeah, I've got some meetings about that. But yeah, Boy said the low load is on, and he's just informed me we're going to go and move the lamb creep feeder. I actually thought we were going in. Turns out we're not. We're going across the field to lift a lamb. So to finish off, we have the creep feeder on the back of the trailer, and we are just very, very steady away going to take it into the next field. Look at that shed lit up. It looks magic, doesn't it? So thank you very much for watching. I am sorry it was not the ordinary happy, funny video. I just wanted to show you where we're at kind of real time and let you know what was going on. But yeah, interesting video tomorrow. I will be at Lamma, however you want to say it. Setting off early doors because we've both got people to see when we get there. So yeah, machinery. But I might even just clad it in normal farming video. I think maybe that'd be a good idea. Podcast is out on Fed by Farmers, YouTube and Spotify tonight. But a proper plug tomorrow, because I have actually done a proper little bit to go in the video, and this doesn't do it justice because it is hilarious. So it's a good night for me.
And a good night from him.